I want to show you a new concept in holiday neighborhood marketing that has been getting really good results for my own cleaning company and for some of my other members that have been using this new way of doing neighborhood marketing. I've got a saying in my own cleaning company, and something I suggest that you adopt on some level, is that life is too short to clean for the wrong people. And what this means is don't waste your time going after and cleaning for the wrong people, and definitely don't target the wrong people. Spend time thinking about who your ideal target prospect is. And in this case, particularly what income level she has and what neighborhoods does she live in. And that's where EDDM and neighborhood marketing really shine, because you can hone in and specifically handpick the neighborhoods that you want to market in. What we're going to talk about today is I'm going to show you a new way of doing EDDM and also other neighborhood marketing. I'm going to show you a step-by-step guide in doing this, and I'm also going to give you some killer holiday examples. So let's get right into it. A little bit about EDDM, Every Door Direct Mail. There are similar programs available in Canada, the UK, and Australia, but in the US, it's called Every Door Direct Mail. No mailing list is required, no permit, no annual fees, so that makes it very flexible. And there really is no better way to target a specific neighborhood. Your competition doesn't really normally either know about this, and if they do, they're not doing it. So that always makes that any advertising medium that has that aspect is more attractive to me. So a little bit about EDDM. Furthermore, no mailing list is required. Usually printing can be done for as little as 3 cents, as much as 6 cents, or even a little bit more if you're getting very few done, or if the mailers are quite large. Postage, when you're doing EDDM, here's what's great, is postage is anywhere from 15, 16, 17 cents per home. So you're not paying the regular postage stamp rates. About stamping, you don't have to stamp the thing. You don't have to label the thing. So that makes it great too. It makes it very convenient. And it really is more flexible than a lot of other advertising that requires contracts. There's no contracts at all with EDDM. So it's very flexible on a month-by-month basis. Now, here is the foundation in how to do this. Basically, when we get done cleaning in a nice neighborhood, this was a nice golf course community. When we left the neighborhood, we stopped by and we took a picture of the sign in the front of the neighborhood. Now, if you can and you have permission, you need permission, take a picture of the client's house. That might make it even a little bit better, but you need to be able to actually get permission from the client to do that. And even better, if you can, get a testimonial from the client. And that way you can have real credibility even more so. Now, even if you can, again, that's not required. At bare minimum, the picture of the front of the neighborhood sign or some type of an icon in front of the neighborhood would be great. So here's what we've done. We've actually taken that picture and put it on the top of this EDDM piece. And we just let people know that we've just cleaned for your neighbor's house on this particular neighborhood. Now, here's the other question that I always get about this is, do you only send this to that particular neighborhood? No, we also send this to the neighboring neighborhoods because they know of this particular neighborhood, especially if it was one of the nicer neighborhoods in that area. People tend to look up to the homes and the people that live in the nicest neighborhood, even though they might be a surrounding neighboring neighborhood. So a lot of the times we'll even take this same mailer and mail it to the neighbors' neighborhoods, right? And we just let them know we just cleaned for their neighbor on the particular street we cleaned on, and we ask them if we can clean theirs too. We give them a little letter letting them know that we are their neighbor as well, because we're always in your neighborhood. We let them know that we're going to give them 3 free gifts. Now, you don't have to give 3 free gifts. We won't get into the specifics why we do that, but we've just found that that's a great way to do it, basically because we're giving them free trials with that. And we let them know that we have a guarantee. At the bottom in the PS, we restate the offer, and we go ahead and give them a deadline. We tell them about the amount of cleaning that we're doing, and then we put the EDDM insignia. This is basically, we'll talk about this more in just a second. We put that there at the top. Now, on the other side, we go ahead and let them, again, identify as we're your neighbors, and we just clean for your neighbors for the holidays, and here's 3 free gifts for you. We let them know why we're giving away the 3 free gifts, and we restate the benefits and some of the specifics of the 3 free gifts, and again, we restate the deadline. And this is an 8 by 10 inch postcard. And it's a larger postcard, which we're going to talk about that in a second. But normally with EDDM, a larger postcard is required. There are other things that you can do, but typically for our purposes, a good large postcard is going to be what we found works the best, or one of the best, easier ways to get this done. Now, a little bit about actually doing EDDM, then I'm going to show you kind of the specifics and how this entire campaign follows up. Whenever you design the EDDM piece, you need to make sure that it's large enough. It needs to be at least 6.25 by 8 inches and up to 12 by 15 inches. These are some of the normal sizes. A lot of the times we like to do 6 by 11s quite a bit, 8.5 by 11s, even sometimes 6 by 9s or 6.5 by 9s, those type of postcards. When you print the piece up, make sure that you've got the proper insignias. You need to make sure that you have the EDDM kind of the logo there. You need to make sure that you put either residential customer. You don't even have to put the city, but local postal customer or residential customer is required. You need to make sure that you stack them in stacks of 100. And what we normally do is we count out a stack of 100 and then we approximate by putting the other stacks next to that stack. And then we put rubber bands around each, a cover sheet, and then we take them down to our local postal office. Now, whenever you mail it, you need to actually pick the mail routes and then take them to the mail route or the postal office in that houses that particular mail route. So you do that simply by going to this tool right here at that address. And basically you're going to be looking at something like this. You choose your routes and you can do as little as one route. And some routes are only 200, 300, 400 homes. On average, from what we've seen, it's probably 400 or 500 homes. Some routes are a little bit smaller, some routes are a little bit larger, but you do have to mail to the entire mail route when you actually go and do the mailing. So after you do the first mailing, I recommend that you send EDDM mailers in a sequence of 2 to 4 mailers. Don't just send one and stop. Send at least 2, really bare minimum, if not even 3 or 4 mailers. So here's how I suggest that you follow those up. What we do is we send the first one that we just looked at, and then a week later we send out a second one. And the second one, we stamp on here second chance, and we even let them know a little bit more that you have one more chance to get this actual special offer. And we, on the other side, we again put the second chance stamp, and we put a little bit more of the wording in here about, did you get our postcard last week? A reminder that this isn't the first time that we've communicated with them and that they're still getting this offer. And then, of course, we completely restate the offer. And then we come back and we give them a last chance postcard. This is actually 6.5 by 9 inch postcard. So it's a smaller postcard, so that's a little bit less for us to send. Now, the first ones we want to send a little bit larger because they catch more attention. And they also have more room to tell our story. Now here we're sort of telling the same story, but it's a smaller postcard, so it's not read as well because it's smaller type. But again, this isn't the first postcard we're sending out. It's the last postcard, and mainly just a reminder about all of the other things that we've talked to them about, just to tell them you have one more chance to get this done. We restate in some of the wording that this is your last chance. And again, on the other side, we restate that this is your last chance to save, last chance to get these free gifts. And then we, again, let them know in the PS, you have 5 more days, etc., to get all of this done. And that is the sequence. In this particular campaign, we have other campaigns that are like that too, but in this particular one, that is the sequence. We send the first one, that's an 8 by 10. Second one's an 8 by 10. Now, in all honesty, sometimes the second postcard is actually the same as the exact postcard. We just send it twice, and we send them a week later. And then a week after we send the second postcard, we send this postcard as a last chance over the course of 3 weeks to let them know that this is it. This is really the last chance that you're going to get. So, the concept here isn't so much the offer, because sometimes guys get bogged down with, oh my gosh, I don't want to give away carpet cleaning and tile cleaning and a bottle of spot remover. Well, and that's fine. And sometimes, maybe at first I had felt that way too until I really tested it out. But again, without getting into all the specifics, the 3 free gifts for us are great because we predominantly do carpet cleaning. And so we give them a free amount of carpet cleaning, not to discount our services, but just to say that we want to get to know you. So here's that. But we also give free tile cleaning. Now, why do we give the free tile cleaning or vinyl cleaning or hard floor cleaning? Because we want to introduce them to our other services. And the amount of carpet cleaning we're giving them is very minimal, 100 square feet. And the amount of tile cleaning, again, that we're giving them is very minimal, 50 square feet. And so what we're doing is we're promoting, and sometimes people will go, well, can't I use that dollar amount toward carpet cleaning? Because all I want to do is get 500 square feet of carpet cleaning, or 800 or whatever. And I want that amount, applied toward carpet cleaning too. And we tell them that they can't, because the whole concept with this is we want to introduce you to our other services. That's why we're giving that out. And when we do that, they tend to go, wow, well, you made my tile look great. You made my hardwood floor or my vinyl floors look great, and we want to get more done, and or we want to get protector done or sealer done on that floor. So it really kind of helps to cross-sell. It really helps to cross-sell all of our other services. So speaking of cross-selling, it's also a good idea with this, when you're doing this type of a campaign, to cross-market. Don't just market to them in just one way, but you sent them the 3 sequence, but now there's inexpensive ways that you can go back and market to those same people as well. And we won't really get into specifics. Maybe we'll do another video on this, but targeting those same neighborhoods on Google AdWords. And you can do that for very, very cheap. What we do is we run a neighborhood campaign for those particular neighborhoods that we do EDDMs to, and on Google AdWords, and we spend maybe $50 a month on Google AdWords, and that's great. And that's something that we do have training on, but we might do another video on that in the future. But also too, whenever we have time and or slow afternoon, we might go in and do some flyering in that particular neighborhood. Maybe a doorknob hanger. Perhaps if they have newspaper slots, we might take the leftovers of that same EDDM mailer and put that in the newspaper box. Never in the mailbox, but maybe in the newspaper box. Or we might even take that EDDM and put it in a plastic doorknob hanger baggie on the door instead of this type of a actual doorknob hanger. But just jogging your brain a little bit about the extra things that you can do, and those are 2 very, very low cost things to do. And even, quite honestly, the EDDM campaign, if you're doing this and you're targeting just a couple of different neighborhoods, you could do this for only a few $100s a month and actually really hone in on particular neighborhoods and get to be the neighborhood cleaning company. So a little bit of the high recommendations that I have for doing this. I highly recommend that you send in a sequence of at least 2, if not even 3 or 4 mailings. I highly recommend that you send your EDDMs out on a Monday. That way they'll get the mailer Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Highly recommend that you always include some type of a special offer. It doesn't have to be a dollar amount off. It doesn't have to give away the farm, but I do recommend that you include something of a special offer. I always recommend that you give benefits of your service in the mailer, not just say that, hey, we do steam cleaning or dry cleaning or whatever, or carpet cleaning, but give the benefits of what they're going to get out of using you. Also make sure that you use sales triggers, use deadlines, use reputation builders inside of your mailers. Also, don't forget, this is a big thing that I always see that goes wrong. Personalization needs to go on. Pictures of you, your vans, your employees, something that says, this is more than just clip art. Something that says, this is our company. We're a reputable company. Use us. So you can get the ad templates for all of the mailers that I just showed you as well. We do printing. We print for hundreds of cleaners, so we can get you some of the lowest cost printing on some of these mailers. Like I mentioned, even on those 8x10s, we can get you those for 3, 4, 5 cents a piece for those type of mailers. And if you like, we can even get the mailing done for you for your client mailers, postcards, and even the EDDM if you want to get that done. For more information on that, go to hitmanadvertising.com/coaching. If you have specific questions, you can reply to the email that I sent you, and I'll answer those. Or just simply give us a call during business hours. Call 850-474-1110. So that's it. I hope you guys have a great holiday season and market yourself. Start now if you haven't already and hit the ground running. Get clients, make the most money that you can out of this time of year. And we're going to be talking more about some of these specifics in future videos. So stay tuned.